the great house once represented something more than wealth. It represented permanence, responsibility, authority, a belief that a life could become so consequential that it required a physical setting equal to its ambitions. American postage stamps preserve a remarkable record of these places, not merely buildings, but the lives once thought worthy of them. I'm Mark Shaw, and this is Dispatches from a Lost Republic. A republic doesn't build castles. At least that is what Americans have long told themselves. No dukes, no hereditary aristocracy, no royal palaces. And yet the nation produced its own equivalents. George Washington's Mount Vernon might be the quintessential American great house. Expansive but not ostentatious. Agricultural yet refined. Part plantation, part public institution. Even during Washington's lifetime, visitors arrived to glimpse the man who would become the embodiment of the new nation. After his death, preservation of the estate helped launch the historic house movement in America. Mount Vernon established a pattern. Americans had preserved not merely where great men worked, but where they lived. Just a few miles away stood Gunston Hall, the home of George Mason. Unlike Washington, Mason never became president. Many Americans today scarcely remember him, yet his ideas helped shape the Bill of Rights and the constitutional order that followed. His house represents a different kind of authority, not executive power, but the power of ideas. Thomas Jefferson pushed that concept even further. Monticello was not simply a residence, it was a project. Jefferson spent decades redesigning it, refining it, and filling it with the architecture of his own beliefs. The house became a physical expression of Enlightenment ideals. Yet the contradictions of the Republic lived there too. Liberty and slavery, idealism and reality, the same tensions that shaped the nation itself. Far to the west, another house told a very different story. Andrew Jackson's Hermitage began as a frontier homestead. Over time, it grew as Jackson grew. A log cabin gave way to a mansion. Regional prominence became national power. The Hermitage reminds us that American greatness has often emerged from conflict as much as consensus. The Republic wasn't built solely by philosophers. It was also built by fighters. Theodore Roosevelt's Sagamore Hill reflected yet another version of leadership. Energetic, restless, confident. Roosevelt spent summers there during his presidency and conducted negotiations that helped end the Russo-Japanese War in 1905. The house feels unmistakably Rooseveltian, vigorous, the home of a man who believed the nation itself should remain in motion. Franklin Roosevelt's home reveals another transformation. Springwood at Hyde Park was a command center, a place where continuity mattered, a place where a president could retreat from Washington without truly leaving public life behind. What makes these places interesting isn't their architecture, it's the lives that unfolded inside them. And perhaps that is why these small engraved stamps remain so compelling. They ask a question that feels increasingly unfamiliar today. Not how much a house costs, not how large it is, but what kind of life would be worthy of being housed like this. I'm Mark Schauer, and this is Dispatches from a Lost Republic.